Hi, first graders. Great job today. I'm proud of all the work that you've been doing, and you're really doing awesome. I know we're so close to summer, and I know you can taste it, but we're so close. Okay, so keep hanging on, keep doing your work. There's something that I wanted to start doing with you during our closing circles, and it's The Adventures of Curious George. So this is a pretty cool book. It's a big book, so we're not going to read it all in one sitting, but I thought it'd be fun for us to go on the adventures with Curious George while we're away from each other, and it gives us something to look forward to for closing circle. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. And if you can see from this one, whoops, I'm going to go the other way. This book is about Curious George. Now, who do you think Curious George is? Well, he's the monkey. Curious George is indeed the monkey. So, we're going to go on an adventure. And our story starts with George. This is George. He lived in Africa. He was a good little monkey and was always very curious. One day, George saw a man. He had on a large yellow straw hat. The man saw George too. What a nice little monkey, he thought. I would like to take him home with me. He put his hat on the ground, and of course George was curious. Now, what does it mean to be curious? His name is Curious George, but what does it mean to be curious? Well, if somebody's curious about something, it means they want to know more. So we had the man's straw hat, and George didn't know much about it, so he wanted to investigate. He wanted to find out. He was curious, or he wanted to know more about this hat. He came down from the tree to look at the large yellow hat. The hat had been on the man's head. George thought it would be nice to have it on his own head. He picked it up and put it on. The hat covered George's head. He couldn't see. The man picked him up quickly and popped him into a bag. George was caught. Now this man took George. Do you think George wanted to be taken? I don't know. He certainly looked surprised there. I wonder if they'll become friends. The man with the big yellow hat put George into a little boat, and the sailor rowed them both across the water to a big ship. George was sad, but he was still a little curious. On the big ship, things began to happen. The man took off the bag. George sat on a little stool, and the man said, George, I'm going to take you to a big zoo in a big city. You will like it there. Now run along and play, and don't get into trouble. George promised to be good, but it is easy for little monkeys to forget. So we're going to stop right there on the boat, and we'll see tomorrow what happens to George on the boat. So first grade, before I let you go for the rest of the day here, I want to give you your answer to the riddle. So Maestro Popper told you today, oro parece y plata no es, y no lo adivinas de aquí a un mes. And the answer is el plátano. So there you go. There's your riddle for the day. I hope you enjoyed our adventures with Curious George. We're going to spend some more time with him on Friday. Without any other schoolwork to do today, when you finished up, go outside, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you tomorrow, first graders.